Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Knowledge of Biology with Anjali Botte. I hope you all are good. Okay, so today's topic is gas chromatography. So we already know what is a chromatography technique. Okay, so chromatography is a technique to separation and purification of different components into the mixture sample. And in this technique, we are use mobile phase as a gas. That's the reason this technique is called as a gas chromatography. Okay, and stationary phase mostly used into the gas chromatography mostly as a liquid or solid. Okay, so please look at these techniques. What is the gas chromatography? So guys, in this technique we are used by gas as a mobile phase, and this gas are attached with controller to tube like structure of column. These are called as a tube like structure of column. Okay, use gas as a mobile phase. That's reason called as a gas chromatography, used to separation of different types of components, for example protein, DNA or nucleic acid also. Okay, and this is our injector to use inject of different types of sample into this column. Okay, and it is our controller. This is our detector to detect sample, and computer. So guys, in this technique, firstly, gas as a mobile phase, we are used always in inert form. Inert form is very important to be selected those types of gas to not react with the sample and any other molecules. Okay. For example, helium. For example, helium gas or nitrogen also. Okay, these are the inert form of gas. These gas are always to not react with any samples. Okay, and stationary phase always selected, very important to be stationary phase always selected to have high boiling points. For example, silicon to has high boiling point, because very important to this stationary phase are properly settled by this of the column. Okay, very important to be stable. Okay, so firstly, gas are move towards the tube like structure of column. Okay, and this controller are decided to flow rate of gas, work very important to be the decided flow rate of the gas, and then this gas are passed into this column of the structure, and we are inject by different types of sample with help of this injector. Okay, mostly we are used by sample in a gas form, but mostly very beneficial to in this technique we are selected by sample into the gas. Okay, but sample in a solid or liquid forms of the sample. Okay, so they are easily converted into the gas form. For example guys, sample is a liquid form. Okay, and this sample, at that time this sample are entered to be this column. So this column has to be high temperature. Okay, so that's reason this liquid form of the sample are automatically converted into the gas form. Okay, but very important, that timing to not change their activity. Okay, means liquid form of sample are converted into the gas form region of high temperature. Very important, not change their activity. Okay, so gas already move with help of controller. Okay, this gas and our sample are mixed to each other. Okay, and then they are passed with help of the column. Okay, and column has a stationary phase, for example silicon. Okay, silicon grease. Okay, to has a high boiling points. Okay, so very important, to they move fast and detect by our detector. So our detector detect by sample with help of their boiling points. Means those sample are has too low boiling points, so they are move faster. Okay, means for example, this sample has a low boiling point, so they move faster than high boiling points of sample. Okay, they move faster detect by our detector. Okay, which exactly this sample, okay, we are referred or not, they totally decided by our detector. And then these sample are passed by computer and they are created by just like a structure. Okay, first flow rate. Okay, it is also called as a first peak. So always in this technique, make by first peak of a low boiling point of a sample. Okay, that is the our first peak. For example, guys, look at it. This is our first peak. Means these are the has low boiling points of the sample. To firstly they are separated. Okay, then separated by second peak of samples, means they are has a high boiling points. Okay, but mostly efficients to these techniques are low boiling points of the sample. Okay, and very effective also. Okay, then computer are made by graph and we are easily explain their retardation factor, means RF value. Okay, according to their RF value we are decided these samples, those samples to we want to be separated. Okay, so guys, this is a very beneficial technique, and this technique is also called as a vapor chromatography and gas liquid partition chromatography also, because this gas are flow into the this column, and this stationary phase, for example stationary phase are a liquid. So this technique is called as a gas liquid chromatography, and stationary phase is a solid form. So this technique are called as a gas solid chromatography depending on their stationary and mobile phase. Okay, so mobile phase in this technique always in gas form, but mostly depend on to be as a stationary phase. Okay, they are liquid or gas, to be decided their name. Okay, exactly. Okay, so mostly they are called as a vapor also and liquid partition chromatography also, because mostly used by stationary phase in a liquid form. Okay, that is very beneficial to fastly move up our sample, our molecules. Okay, so I hope you are understand to be these techniques. Okay guys, that is a very beneficial technique to easily separate of molecules. Okay, so please take by screenshot, and thank you so much.